YouTube, we got some big balance changes dropping tomorrow morning. I'm gonna tell you what brawlers you should now be playing more or less depending on the buffs and nerfs, and we also gotta change to power play. Let's do it. Alright, now these balance changes are going to drop tomorrow morning Helsinki time. We got 2 brawlers getting nerfed, including the best brawler in the game. We also got 5 brawlers getting buffed, 9 changes in total. Let's start out with the nerfs. We got 8-Bit getting a nerf to his invincibility extra life star power. Now, when he respawns, he's only going to be invincible for 2 seconds instead of for 3 seconds. This is actually a really big nerf to that star power, partly because whenever he respawns, he has no ammo. So now, after that invincibility is gone, he's going to be even more vulnerable than before. Not only will he be able to take damage sooner, but he'll have less ammo to defend himself with. So now, 8-Bit in extra life in showdown is going to be a good amount worse. Still definitely going to be the best star power because, hey, you get to die twice. But still, as far as power play is concerned for 8-Bit, before he was always a top choice for every single power play map in Showdown. You'd always want to have 8-Bit extra life. Great choice. Now, not quite as much. I would probably say just play the best brawler for that map. 8-Bit's still going to be a really good brawler in Showdown, though. Don't worry too much. Also, other nerf goes to the best brawler in the game, Darryl. Is he still going to be the best brawler in the game after this? Well, we'll talk about it. His best star power, Steel Hoops, is getting about a 15% nerf in how long it lasts, from 3.5 seconds to 3 seconds. So this is definitely a really solid nerf to what was his most used and overall best star power. Darryl was really good in every single game mode. That's probably no longer going to be the case, but I do still think he's going to be the best brawler in the game because who is really going to be better? It's not going to be 8-Bit. I don't think Spike's going to be better. I mean, 8-Bit just got nerfed, right? Spike, while he's a super versatile brawler, regardless. Now, probably you're going to use rolling reload every single time in Heist with Darryl. Otherwise, it's pretty arguable which star power you use. Rolling reload is still probably not as good overall as Steel Hoops. Maybe in Jump Grab now, you'll see some more rolling reload. But in Siege, in Brawl Ball, you still want Steel Hoops. And of course, solo showdown, you probably, in duo showdown, you want Steel Hoops. Maybe Lone Star, you'll go with rolling reload though. All right, now let's go over the buffs. And man, I didn't think it was possible, but Pam is gonna get even thicker. That's right, she's getting a health increase. She's getting about a 5% health increase. 4.7%, not a big nerf. Pam was a pretty decent brawler before, definitely not that bad. She was certainly falling out of the meta a little bit. This is basically going to make Pam not quite a top 10 brawler, probably just outside of it. So pretty good place to be. Obviously, it's going to be a lot better for her in places like Solo Showdown and in Brawl Ball, where the amount of health you have is a really big impact on scoring goals and staying alive, the most important thing for those modes. Otherwise, it's just going to be more of a smaller buff, but of course, you know, you appreciate every buff you get. Another buff going to M's. And I'm not sure this one's going to have a big impact. Her second star power, which was arguably the worst star power in the game, and it wasn't even close. It was a really useless star power for the most part. It's getting a big buff. Hype. The amount of healing you get per enemy while someone is inside of her super is going from 200 health to 300 health. So a 50% buff. Pretty solid buff. I mean, you're going to probably use this more in Brawl Ball now, where that healing can be really useful, but the amount of extra damage you got from her first star power is a lot, and it's really good. So, I don't really think Hype is going to be still used that much. Maybe I'll be proved wrong. This is a big buff, but I still think her other star power is going to be better for the majority of modes. Maybe not Brawl Ball. That's the one place I would say you might use Hype. Next buffs go to Jessie, and she is getting 2 of them. That's right, the girl Jessie getting some love. Jessie's projectile speed of her main attack is increasing by 10%. Any projectile speed increase is a big buff. So Jessie is really going to feel the love for this one, and this is big for multiple reasons. Of course, it's going to allow that first hit to get even more of them, but every time you get that first hit, you're likely to get a second hit and even a third, and it's gonna affect those as well. So this is a really, really big buff for Jessie. She is really gonna appreciate that. But she's getting another one. Her turret is getting a health increase, about a 7% one. So Jessie really feeling the love. She's gonna jump from a bottom tier brawler to a pretty average, maybe slightly above average brawler, somewhere around 15 in a tier list, probably maybe a little bit better. But Jessie really gonna appreciate it. Gonna make her better in pretty much every mode. And Jessie, one of those brawlers, is pretty versatile, so she's gonna be a lot more playable in all the modes. Probably not gonna be one of the best brawler in any of them, but she's gonna be pretty decent in probably the majority. So good buff. Tara also getting a buff, although I'm not sure this one is gonna help her out that much. Tara's Black Shadow Pet is getting a damage increase from 600 per hit to 800 per hit, so a 33% increase. So a pretty solid increase in the amount of damage it does, but of course it's still gonna die just as fast. And honestly, her healing star power is so good. One of the best ones in the game, top 10 for sure. So I don't really think Black Portal Shadow is gonna get that much more playtime. Maybe in Gem Grab is the one mode I might really consider using that, where you're probably not really loving the healing star power one nearly as much. But Tora is a brawler that's not super playable in a lot of modes, but the healing star power is just so great. So I don't really think Black Portal Shadow is going to get that much more playtime. Now we do have a change to power play, but let's go over the last buff. This one going to Sandy. That's right, Sandy's getting a buff to his Rude Storm star power. Now it's gonna go an increase from 40 damage per hit to 120 damage per hit. So a big buff, 200% to be precise, just tripling the amount of damage it does. Basically, that star power was nerfed to the ground from, I think, like 300 damage maybe to 40, something like that. It was a crazy, crazy nerf. This is basically now it's usable. I think it's at the point where you would probably use the star power, especially in game modes like Bounty, where you really want to scout people out and damage can be really useful. Maybe you'll even use it in modes like Heist as well. Brawl, you're probably still going to want the healing one. Maybe in Gem Grab, you could use either depending on the map. Of course, really grassy maps, this is now going to be a pretty good star power. And that's probably going to be the main places you want to play. Now for the change to power play. Heist, epic win. The amount of health needed on your safe remaining is getting reduced from 80% to 60% in order to still get that epic win. And this was a big needed change. Heist is one of those game modes where you don't want to only play defense. You want to have situations where you just go all in. Everyone on your team goes in, you don't defend your safe, and you just destroy the enemy safe before they can destroy yours. So base races are still going to happen, but at least now it's going to be a lot more possible to get those epic wins in Heist. This was a good change. There's a link to download a picture of the full balance changes down below in the description if you want it. That is going to be it for today's video, though, trying to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. I do hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.